And there you go.
Hey, it's Gary with Helicopter Online Ground School, and we're doing an impromptu video here to talk about what's coming up. I think it was a couple of months ago when we were still doing the live Tuesday events, and Kenny said, hey, what's this webinar? We keep getting a notification from the FAA about a live webinar. Different agencies were doing them. So we dug in and we found out that we can do live events in the name of helicopter safety through FAA Safety if we became FAA Safety Representatives. So we dug in, we took the online training, we actually had to meet with a lead person from FAA Safety who gave us some on-site training, and we are now FAA Safety Representatives, and we can do live webinars for the FAA. Now what that means is, for instance, the one coming up on September 5th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time has been sent out to almost 53,000 people. Nice. So our audience is...
It's going to be a bigger audience than normal, which is good.
We already have, even before the email went out, we had a couple of hundred signed up for this live event. So this is record-breaking live interactive webinar for us, and we are making it big to start off with. We brought in a big gun, Rex Alexander, and I'll let Kenny tell you about Rex, but he's very knowledgeable. We're very lucky to have him to come in and give us this super awesome presentation, and I haven't seen a presentation on heliport safety anywhere out there, so this is kind of something new for us and everybody out there, and I think it'd be enjoyable. So what about Rex?
I've known Rex for about 10 years. When I first started flying EMS, Rex Alexander was the base manager for the company I went to work for, and so that was 2008, I believe, or not even before that. Anyway, doesn't matter. So I've known Rex 10 years or more, and he was my base manager again as a new EMS pilot. And while I was working with Rex, about 2.5 years, I know that he did all the presentation building for the different things we did as far as public events. But even then, he was speaking to large audiences and traveling around talking to a lot of different groups, and since that time I know he's been in Washington D.C. multiple times. He has a long list of qualifications which we'll let him tell you about those when he's on here, but firsthand knowing Rex, he is an excellent presentation builder, and he's really good speaker, really good at getting to the meat of what you need to know. So we've been working with Rex on some other things, and we said, hey, how about if you join us for our first FAA webinar and pick a topic of your choice. And Rex not only does a lot in his speaking career with across the board as far as EMS and accidents and all kinds of things. Again, he'll let you know all of his big long resume when he gets here, but where was I going with this? Oh, one of his specialties is heliport design, and he goes out and he helps people build new heliports, gets in on the design factor, gets on and helping them get the permits and everything that they need for their heliport. So he's really super knowledgeable on this subject, and there's no doubt in my mind that this presentation will be just as good as anything that he's done, because I know how good he was 10 years ago. And again, just nice guy, very knowledgeable, military pilot, 15 years or more experience in EMS, Army, I think. So he's been flying, I don't want to say exactly how many years, but it's been a while. So he's going to be an excellent presenter, and this should be a really good topic to get off started with our first FAA safety webinar.
Yep, and we will have live chat for interactivity. We will have extra staff to try and handle the chat and screen some of the questions, because as you can imagine, the workload to answer questions in that hour might end up being overwhelming. We may end up having to answer those questions in a different video or send out the answers in an email form or something of that nature. We'll see how it goes.
It'll be pretty informative. So, we'll take the questions as we're live and kind of tally them up, because many people will probably ask the same question, of course, and some people will ask a question before he's had a chance to answer it yet.
Right.
So we'll watch those during the presentation so we can kind of let Rex roll, and then when Rex is done, we'll cover as many of those questions as we can. And as Gary said, we can always do a follow-up, and Rex is, of course, always open to take people's emails and questions about heliports and heliport design. So we do have links down below. So if you go below this video, first is the link for Helicopter Ground School where you take a look at our memberships, but then the link below that is the links for our the sign up for this event, September 5th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you go below, you can check out our helicopterground.com for our membership site, and then you can also go below that for another link to sign up for the webinar. Do you have any questions over there, Heather? I see you're looking kind of frowning. Is there something goofy going on over there?
No, I just don't.
Okay, awesome. Well, we'll deal with that in a minute, so let's wrap it up.
Well, I think leaving this video live, because many people, if they're not a certified pilot and they're not in FAA safety, they won't get that email. They won't be one of those 53,000 people. And if they're not in our email database, they won't get the email that we send out to our members. So this may be the way in for our YouTubers, which is up to, what, about 15,000?
Yeah, and explain to them how if you attend the event, you can get credit for it later if you sign up through that link. And Gary has an example of that because he did this in the past. I'll let you explain how you attended something that was allowable for credits before you even signed up for the FAA website.
Whatever email you use to sign up for our webinar, that's the email you need to use when you sign up for your account at FAA Safety. Vice versa, if you're already on FAA Safety, you need to use that email to sign up for this webinar. I'll explain this briefly. I went to a fly-in and there was an FAA representative there putting on a live webinar, and I attended it. It took about 1 hour, and at that time I didn't even know what FAA Safety was. Then a couple of years later, I went to work for Kenny and I established my account at FAA Safety, and lo and behold, there is my Wings phase credit for that seminar. I shouldn't call it a webinar because it was an actual in-person seminar that I attended, was there waiting for me, and it was credited to my account with an expiration date. But so if you're not certified yet, you take our webinar and then you later use that same email to sign up for FAA Safety when you're a pilot, and that credit will be there waiting for you and will be a valid Wings credit for a period of time. This will be an advanced knowledge credit. They base their credits on basic knowledge, advanced knowledge, and so forth. And this is considered an advanced knowledge credit because of the nature of the webinar. Kenny, anything else you can think of?
Yeah, we did find, we were curious about whether we were live or not, and we found out that yes, we are. And there's a couple comments in there. Flight Mechanic 77, howdy fellas. Taz Crispin, looking forward to the webinar.
Hi,
James Rangel, hi guys, this sounds like it's going to be awesome. Perfect, so we just had a little panic there for a minute, like, are we live or not?
Thanks for the feedback, guys, and we're just as excited about it as anybody. So,
almost as exciting as Taz Crispin's 2018 Flight Instructor of the Year that we have to throw in there. For those of you just joining us, maybe not been to any of our videos or know anything about our training, our instrument instructor, who appears in the majority of our instrument online course videos, is Taz Crispin, 2018 Flight Instructor of the Year. We brag him up all the time. You can go to helicopterground.com, that link below, to access the instrument course that Taz helps us out with. So Taz not only is not one of our instructors and works with us, we just did a book, Top 10 Check Ride Tips, at Amazon bestseller #1 in 4 hours. Taz and I co-authored that. As soon as we're done, I'll go ahead and put a link below for that too, so that you can
get a free copy.
Oh, we got a free copy, right?
Get a free copy.
I'll put a link down below where you can get a free copy of Top 10 Check Ride Tips, co-authored by me and Dan. Amazon #1 bestseller. You can have it for free. Any other questions popping up there? All right.
We'll see you September 5th.
Yeah, give us a like and share on this video. Put your comments down below. Gary Cleveland is the full-time Helicopter Online Ground School member support. He's been here now over a year. I just did a video last night. I was on the pontoon reflecting back about all the things that Gary's done in the past year. FAA written test practice questions, FAA Wings program. He set up the FAA Safety Representative stuff and webinars. And he's also still working on a flight instructor refresher course. And he's been on that for months, going through all the hoops and building that whole thing. So Gary has brought a lot of credibility to Helicopter Online Ground School. So did a video for him last night, thanking him for his first year of, first full year being here after 24 years in law enforcement. So give Gary a little plug. Let us know your thoughts. We know a lot of the members have flown with Gary, and they've all had great things to say. So
thanks, Kenny. My pleasure. I enjoy my job. So we'll see you September 5th.